Hey everybody, today we're going to have a fabulous regex session. I've got a great scenario for you here, and it's going to solve a really cool problem that I've got. Now, the problem is with restore statements. We've got a situation where we need to restore over 50 databases. I don't know how many, 50, 60 something databases, right? And the network team was supposed to drop all of the backup files into a folder for me so that I could restore them. What they actually did was restore a host of them from different days. Here's what I mean. I'm going to drag this over here. I screenshotted this for you. So what I've got here is, you can see I've got Operations Manager right here, but I've also got it down here as well. So I've got one from the 4th and from the 5th. And on the crawl store, I've got one from the 4th and the 5th. When, of course, I don't want to restore both of them, right? I only want to restore the latest one from the 5th. So that's the problem, is every one of these databases has at least 2 files. But we'll say they've only got 2 files. It's from the 4th and the 5th, right? So what I did also was I created a PowerShell to go through all of these guys and create restore statements. And so I've got these restore statements here that I've stored to a file. I've saved it to a file. So I've got the statements that were created from these guys. And the problem, of course, is that each one of these statements, there's one for each file, which means I have one for the 4th and the 5th. So here's the SharePoint test right here. And you can see it's restoring from 304. But here's SharePoint test that it's going from 305. So I've got restore statements for both of them. Now, there are a number of ways that you can handle a situation like this. I could have handled it somehow in the PowerShell, right? I could have taken only the latest files. I chose to handle this in Regex instead because I didn't really realize that they were going to do this to me until I already had the PowerShell done. So, here we are. And you'll notice that I'm using a Regex editor called Regex Buddy. I love this guy. So, okay. I've got the partial list in here because there are, probably 170, 180 lines in the real file. So maybe only 90, I don't know. Probably not. So I only took the first few examples so that I could work on my regex here. And once you start using a regex editor, you'll never go back because this thing is just the bomb. Let me show you what I mean. First, we need to start thinking about regex. We need to start thinking like regex. So how can we think about this problem in a regex fashion? Well, we know that the move statements, the stats, the restore statement, all of this stuff is the exact same. The only thing that really changes is the file name. But I can't change just the file name. I've got to actually get rid of this entire section right here, right? So that only the one that comes from 05 is left. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get only the 05s in here, and I'm trying to get the rest of them out of here. So I'm going to delete the rest of these guys. So let's go ahead and take a look. Well, we know that it's going to start with restore database. Now, I could start it with this guy right here, and I'm not going to, and I'll talk about that soon. But we know it's going to start with restore database. So let's do that. Now, you see why I like these editors? Because it highlights it as I do it. So now I've got to have a white space, and I've got to have brackets and a database name and another bracket. You know what that just sounds like to me? That sounds like a dot plus to me, because I don't care what's there, I just want everything, right? So after the dot plus, you can see here that the editor again gives me that this is a line feed. So I'm going to go with a whack in and pick up the line feed. Now after the line feed, I've got all of this stuff right here that I've got to get all the way up into 0304, 0305, right? So I'm looking for 0304. So I'm actually going to take this guy right here, and I'm going to say give me everything. I'm going to say give me dot plus. So that gives me to the end of the line because that doesn't include the line feed. 04. So there, Now, we've already cut out this first one. We've cut out this second one right here. And look, now we're onto the other one that's like 04. So we're looking for restore database, followed by any characters, followed by a line feed. That's this whole line right here. Followed by any characters, followed by 2008-03-04. And now I've got that. Now all I have to do is give me any more characters to finish off that line. And now another line feed. Or I could do something like this, and I can't really, but I'm going to show you why I can't do this. I could just say dot plus stats equals 5 colon. Now you notice how that's not picking up, right? Because I really need my other line feed here. And you notice how that's not picking up either. Why is that not picking up? Here's what I need to do. I need either a character or a line feed, right? So, in order to do that, I would have to put these in parentheses, like that, and instead of the plus, I'm just going to do a dot, and I'm going to do an or, and I'll do a plus. There we go. So now I got everything I got everything to here, but you notice how now everything is in the same capture, right? This is the same capture group because it's all one color. So, and it makes sense too, right? I'm looking for anything in here is what I'm telling it, right? Whether it be any single character or a line feed, I'm getting everything. So this really isn't going to work. I need to break it down a little bit more. So I'm going to come back to here and say dot plus. I'm going to get rid of this stats for now. We'll bring it back in a minute. There we go. So let me come here. Oh, delete. That's where I'm going wrong. There we go. And now bring my dot plus back. Okay, now I've got that. Now I get my line feed. What's next? Now, the next thing there is a width. So now I need to get the width. And the line feed. There we go. Now I need to get the move statement. But you notice there's 2 move statements. And I actually know that down in the bottom there is a database that's got like, oh, I don't know, 25 move statements in there. It's huge, right? So we can't just say with move, but what we can say is, oops, let me put this in a group, is I can group these move statements together, followed by a dot plus, followed by a line feed. And notice how that gives me that whole move statement right there. But I want all of them, so I'm going to put a plus outside of that, and that's going to give me all of the move statements in one fell swoop. Let me talk through that one more time. So I'm looking for a move statement. In fact, let me go ahead and get rid of this guy right here. There we go. So here I've got my move statement. And it's move with a dot plus. So I'm looking for the word move followed by any single character. So I want this guy right here followed by any single character. That's going to take me all the way up to here. Oops. All the way up to that comma, right? If I get rid of this, there you go. See, it took me all the way up to that comma, right? So, but there's more than one of those. But the expression doesn't change. So if I put this, first I have to include my line feed again. And now I have to include this entire thing in a group, which doesn't change the capture until I put a plus after it, because a plus means one or more. So this entire group right here is going to be captured one or more times. So as many times as this thing, as many move statements as there are, is how many I'm going to get. So I've got my line feed all the way up to here. Now I've got stats, but you notice how stats isn't flush. Stats has a space or something after it, right? So let's go ahead and, there we go. I've got a whack S for my space, and I've got that right there. You notice how now it captures all the way up to there. Now I can bring my stats back. So I'm going to copy this. There we go. So now I've got this entire statement done. And you notice how I've still got my 0304 in here. My 0304. Notice how it skipped 05. Here's the other 04 right here, and it came to the 04. Right? So it's definitely doing what it's supposed to do. So now what can I do with this? Well, let's wrap this entire thing in parentheses. And what that's going to do is that's going to be capture brackets, right? Because parentheses always capture. So I'm capturing this entire statement right here, which means now I can replace it. So let's replace it with something that's going to be really easy for us to notice if there have been any mistakes. This is what we're interested in, right? I don't want to just delete it because I want to see if there have been any mistakes. I want to do a visual inspection, right? Which is why I kept this guy right here. I wanted to be able to see that each one of these restore statements also had a restore statement that was deleted. So I'm keeping the comment for with the database name in it, but I want to delete the statement under it so that I can just make sure that everything went okay. That's why I didn't include this in my statement above. Now, all we have to do, let me go to replace here. All I have to do now is shoot out some replacement text. And all I got to do is find that. There we are. And I am going to replace it with deleted. So, since this is in a capture group, I'm saying I want you to capture this entire thing and replace it with the word deleted. And that's what I get here. So you notice how here I get my first one because it's 05. My second one has Operations Manager deleted. My third one has the statement. My fourth one has the crawl store DB deleted. The next one has the crawl store DB statement. So my statement works. Now I'm ready to take this and put it into Management Studio and actually do the real restore. So I've done that already. No, I haven't. I rolled it back. There we go. So I've got this entire statement here, and I want you to look here. This is the big one, right? So I've got this big one right here that's got a lot of these guys. There we go. And then I've got some more under there. So how many lines is this? Oh, it's 990. So that's a lot. Right. So let's go ahead and apply this, and we'll see what happens. Let me get where I need to be. I don't want to replace it with that. I want to replace it with nothing. Use regular expressions. There we go. It found it. It found the next one. It found the next one. Perfect. All right. So now let's replace all. 38 replaced. And let's see if we got what we wanted to get. So I got, oh, you know what? I didn't do what I said I was going to do, did I? I need to replace it with deleted. There we go. Now let's try that again. Replace all. There we go. Now I'm going to kill this guy right here. So now I've got deleted, 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 and I've got only one really big section here because the other one was deleted. So this took me about, oh, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes to work out inside here because I just went one step at a time, and then I just pump it inside of here, and now I've got all my statements with the latest ones ready to go. So there you go. That is an excellent use of regex in real DBA work, and it solves a problem. Sure, I could have done it another way. There's always another way you could do something in IT, but this is a beautiful regex solution that shows you kind of how to think in regex and how to build a statement.